How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of The Ranked Report. So, this week we have another team from San Diego Regionals. Regionals being back is great because it just gives me so many teams to work with. Because it's a new generation, a lot of these Pokemon are still very novel. So, this week it is a team that was used by James Baek to top cut the San Diego Regionals. James Baek is a very, very good player. I think he's got 2 third-place placements at Worlds. He's very, very good at the game. And this is the team used to top cut San Diego Regionals. So nothing on this team is particularly extraordinary, but there's a couple of very interesting sets. Starting off here, we've got Safety Goggles Tauros. Tauros was a bit of a revelation of San Diego, actually. I know I made a video with it a while back and was quite impressed by it, but it ended up getting a lot of strong results at San Diego, a lot more than people were expecting, I think. So yeah, we've got Safety Goggles Tauros, pretty standard set of Raging Bull Close Combat Aqua Jet Protect. Scope Lens Hydreigon, again I think I brushed on this in a previous video, but a lot of people are running Scope Lens now because Focus Energy plus Scope Lens gives you guaranteed crits. Which is pretty scary on Draco Meteor because you effectively ignore the special attack drops you're giving yourself. And also it lets you ignore, for example, Dondozo's special defense boosts and stuff. So if you're a little bit weak to Dondozo, Scope Lens Hydreigon is something you can consider for your team as well. I'm personally not an enormous fan. I think I prefer playing Hydreigon as a bruiser, but you can't argue with results. Like this set has top cut regionals and stuff. It's been pretty big recently. So it's definitely a set you've got to watch out for. Talonflame. This is a slightly unusual Talonflame set, because normally you see Talonflame's moveset be a bit more supportive. You'll normally see like Brave Bird, Tailwind, and then some combination of Protect, Will-O-Wisp, and Taunt. And in terms of items, you see like Covert Cloak, sometimes Sharp Beak. But this one is full-out offensive on Talonflame. Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, Tail, and Protect with Life Orb, which is not an item you often see on Talonflame. So this is very much, like, it looks to me like it's kind of almost a suicide Pokemon, right? You set up Tailwind, you hit a Life Orb, Flare Blitz, or Brave Bird, and the Recall and Life Orb will get you knocked out. And then you get something else in from the back and you hit things with it. Something such as a Goldengo or a Hydreigon. I'll say to me it does seem a little bit odd that this kind of super hyper offensive Talonflame is paired next to Pokemon like Goldengo and Hydreigon, whose sets here generally require a bit of setup. Like Lefty's Goldengo wants to get an Article off before it's doing any big damage. Scope Lens Hydreigon doesn't need a Focus Energy, but it really wants one if it wants to clear through a whole team. So I guess an option you have here maybe is lead with something like Amoonguss Goldengo or Amoonguss Hydreigon. Use the Amoonguss to get set up on your Pokemon, and then you can bring Talonflame in from the back. Use a kind of a late game Tailwind strategy is something viable. I don't think you'll see Talonflame as a lead that much on this team, but I could be wrong. If James Baek says otherwise, believe him rather than me. Yeah, we touched upon the Amoonguss as well, pretty standard. Pollen Puff Spore, Rage Powder Protect with Rocky Helmet. And then lastly, and interestingly here, is Glimmora, which is a Pokemon I've not used on my channel yet. It's not really a Pokemon I've used at all yet, but there's been a bit of an uptick in choice specs Glimmora recently. As you can see here, it's got a pretty good offensive moveset, like Sludge Bomb, Power Gem, Earth Power, Energy Ball, very, very good coverage. If you've played previous generations, you'll know Nihilego was always a big threat. The same typing of Poison Rock was also a special attacker. But one of its biggest issues was it had nothing to hit steel types, and it could get walled out by bulky waters, for example. But Glimmora does not have that issue. Glimmora is a bit slower, but again, it has that same offensive stab pairing of Sludge Bomb Power Gem, but also it has Earth Power to hit steel types, it has Energy Ball to hit bulky water types that it could otherwise have trouble getting through. It can use Terra Grass to stop itself getting knocked out by a water attack or a ground attack, because it's 4 times weak to ground, but Terra Grass obviously gets around that. And it's got base 100 and something, 100 and big special attack. So this thing is doing big damage with the choice specs. And the other interesting thing about this Pokemon, which I think a lot of people kind of underrate a little bit, is its ability Toxic Debris. Now, entry hazards like Stealth Rock Spikes, Toxic Spikes, have never really been good in VGC, but the reason for that is not that their effect is bad. So if you think, for example, about, again, going back to previous generations, Incineroar cycling, that constant cycle of fake out, parting shot, switch in, get your Intimidate, fake out, parting shot. If Stealth Rocks are up, Stealth Rocks would be huge as a means of counteracting that, right? So something like Landorus, for example, was a very Landorus Therian was a very common Pokemon that could run Stealth Rock, for example. But even on more defensive sets, you didn't see it, and the reason for that is because there's an opportunity cost, right? Because VGC tends to be matches tend to be a lot shorter than in singles. You get less reward for that entry hazard because effectively it comes into play fewer times. There are fewer switches. And so you'd often rather go for, with Landorus for example, you'd rather just hit an Earthquake or a Rock Slide or something and just get immediate damage down. You also want to run a move slot for Protect, and also because VGC games are so short, wasting a turn setting up Stealth Rocks is losing you a lot of momentum. But Glimmora gets around that by having hazards as its ability. So Toxic Debris, whenever it gets hit by any physical attack, doesn't have to make contact. So something like an Earthquake, for example, would do it. You get a layer of Toxic Spikes down, which I think in a lot of cases aren't that useful, but there are certain cases where that toxic damage, or even just regular poison damage, will pick up over time. So if you think about something like a Sash Meowscarada, for example, bring that in on a layer of Toxic Spikes and it loses its Sash. Against slower Pokemon, bulkier Pokemon like Skeledirge, for example. Skeledirge a lot of the time can just heal off any damage it takes, but if there's a layer of Toxic Spikes up, even just a regular poison is tough for Skeledirge. A Toxic Poison, it just doesn't have enough time to really do anything, and it can't out-heal the Toxic Poison. So having that as an ability, I think, is very underrated, especially since Glimmora's weaknesses, like its biggest weakness is, particularly ground, it's primarily physical. There's a fair few physical water types going around as well at the moment, with Azumarill, with Tauros, with Gyarados less so, but still, that's an example. So a lot of the Pokemon you're trying to beat Glimmora with will be hitting it with physical moves. And again, even stuff like Meowscarada you see around a lot. Steel types that can take on Glimmora defensively, with the exception of Goldengo, are usually physical. So with all those physical attacks running around, you're getting layers of Toxic Spikes up. Which isn't huge, but it definitely plays a factor, and it makes Glimmora very interesting to play around. You have to be kind of careful about setting up spikes on your own side of the team if you need to keep a Sash intact, or you need a Pokemon to stall out an endgame, that kind of thing. I've been rambling about this team for ages. This intro is a lot longer than my usual ones, so thank you for bearing with me. Apologies if I've been rambling on a bit, but I think Glimmora is a very interesting Pokemon, so there's a lot to say about it. But yeah, that is the team. And yeah, let's jump into battles. Okay, our first opponent of this week is running pretty standard Mouse Ape stuff. So it's probably going to be Friend Guard, Beat Up, Mouse Hold next to Bulk Up, Rage Fist, Annihilape is the standard here. There's potentially some cheese here with like Scarf, Annihilape, and Armor Rouge. Armor Rouge is always a little bit risky in kind of best of one closed team sheet formats. Just because it could be, you occasionally see like weak armor, weakness policy stuff. Just something to be wary of. Most likely not though. So what's my game plan against this? I don't really like my game plan into this, I'll be honest with you. I think Amoonguss Goldengo is not bad into this actually. Just because I can redirect hits away from my Goldengo and set up, and then just start pressing big moves. I think Talonflame's a great back-end Pokemon here against Annihilape, and maybe Glimmora as well. I think Glimora's pretty good here, right? How fast is Glimmora? How fast is this Glimmora? It's max speed, okay, that's good. So it will outspeed Annihilape, almost certainly. Bulky Annihilapes don't tend to run very much speed. I think I like that. Glimora's also great to Talonflame here. It's good into Armor Rouge if you're faster. Pretty decent into Meowscarada. Yeah, I think I like this. So I think the game plan here is kind of what I was saying in the intro a little bit, where I want to get set up with Goldengo and then have back-end Tailwind just to clear through the remainder of the team. Annihilate is strong, but it can't knock out a whole team of Pokemon, right? Ugh, banger theme. Yeah, okay, so it is Mouse Tape. Kind of what I was expecting. Goldengo is how fast? How fast is Goldengo? Let's have a look. 118. Oh, this thing has no speed investment. That is... Oh no, it has a lot of speed investment actually. Goldengo's just not that fast. So I will almost certainly be slower than Annihilate here. Which I need to be wary of. I think I can set up an Nasty Plot here though. I'm just going to Rage Powder. Like, they can beat up to get around this. Because they're almost certainly going to be safety goggles on Mouse Hold. So they can like beat up Rage Fist here, but if they do that, then they're forced into a position where I get like Talonflame in place of Amoonguss. So they're probably just going to Terra Fire straight away, I would guess. Most Annihilate PC are Terra Fire. Yeah, there it is. Because that gives him a Steel Resist in case I'm Specs on Goldengo or something. Which I am not. A Rage Powder. I'm not doing this to get rid of the beat up, I'm doing this to get rid of the Annihilate. Oh, it's Pop Bomb? What? I'm so confused. Mouse Hold is dying faster than Amoonguss is. That's so funny. Okay, well, great. That is a perfect turn 1. Were they trying to, like, Terrify a Pop Bomb themselves? I'm so confused. They do just bulk up, but I mean, I'm fine with that. I can't like this for winning, because I can set up Tailwind and then I've got my Glimmora back end, so I can just go for Specs Power Gen into Annihilate, but I think that probably one-shots. Like Stab, Specs, super effective. Feels like a one-shot. Okay, I'm just going to make it rain to get rid of a potential Sash here. I don't think I need to Rage Powder. That's probably just a bit safer, isn't it? I maybe should have gone Terra Steel there, actually. Just to get around it. Because Knockoff is going to do a lot of damage. But I have a super bulky Goldengo, so I think I survive it. I guess it's a choice ban, though. This may have been a mistake. I should have just gone for Terra Steel there. They just suck a bunch. That's fine. I'll live that. Yeah, fine. Fine. Yep, they're Rage Fist. This is going to do about 2 damage. Okay. It does more to Annihilate than it does to me. Make it rain will put me out of Sash, probably. Yep. Added about half to Annihilate. That's crazy. Okay, special attack from Goldengo is Citrus. Okay, that's good. Citrus is good to know. So I can Terra Steel this turn if I want to, actually. I guess the problem with that is if they hit Amoonguss with Meowscarada, then I will lose my Goldengo. I think I'm actually better off just protecting here. I'm going to go for a Pollen Puff into Meowscarada, just to Pollen Puff it, right? Oh, protecting Meowscarada, that's not what I expected. We may end up just trading Protects this turn then. Ideally, they actually hit my Amoonguss here, because I want my Amoonguss to go down. They do. Okay, they don't touch Amoonguss. That's great for me. Yeah, so now I just Tailwind and make it rain. I think I go Tailwind, Terra Steel, Make it rain, specifically. Just to clear out the Meowscarada. And that puts them in a position where either they kill my Talonflame or they kill my Goldengo, but they can't kill both. Which means I will be facing a 2v2 with Tailwind up in the endgame. Terra just to make it rain here feels a bit weird, but I think it's like that's always my play, just because I can't leave myself in Sucker Punch range. Okay, time to Terra. So it just gets me a little bit of extra damage down to the monkey. Okay, Terra Steel. Tailwind, good. Yep, there's the Sucker Punch. Okay, yeah, okay, so Terra was necessary there. Yasuka dies, it's still doing big damage to the Annihilate. That's very big damage to the Annihilate, actually, Jesus. Again, they can just KO either my Pokemon here. Take the poison, but here they go Rage Fist into Talon. It's fine, because I don't get any healing off that. Talon goes down, but it got tailwind up, so it's not its job. And now I should be able to clean up with Glimmora. And again, this Annihilate doesn't have lefties or anything like that, so it's just kind of cooked here. And even if they have a way of stalling out Tailwind, then I'm still fine. Oh, it's still beyond. Yeah, I can just Sludge Bomb here. I think I should go Make It Rain, and we'll Make It Rain kill from here. I actually don't know. I'm just going to Sludge Bomb this thing just to be safe. That's game. Yeah, so this kind of game was exactly what I was saying in the introduction of setting up with your Goldango or your Hydreigon, anything along those lines. Get it set up with them, and then bring in Talonflame for a back-end Tailwind to wreak havoc with your setup. Yeah, I mean, this game's over, right? They protect here. Sylveon can't Terra, though. I'm pretty sure a Terra Steel Make It Rain will kill Sylveon from this range. If it doesn't, I could be in trouble. There's no way it doesn't. This is like max special attack Goldango. Pretty much. Well, not quite, but... There you go. Oh, that's bad. Hold. Oh, Goldango doesn't die. Never mind. This is great. I'm absolutely fine. I thought that would kill Goldango, but I was wrong. Maybe could have doubled the Sylveon there. Yeah, I just really thought that would kill, I'll be honest with you. I'm just going to Make It Rain and Sludge Bomb again. They would need to get, like, triple protect. Plus quick attack would need to kill my Goldango here, which I don't think it does. Plus, I don't know. They need a lot of the stuff to go in their favour here for them to win, even from this position. Even with the live there. Yeah, okay. Nice. Yeah, good game one with the team. Good trading card for my opponent. Nothing will beat my trading card from Sword and Shield, where I had the Chromatic eating my head. It was great. So a little variety on this one. Okay, let's continue. As usual, please ignore my rating. I've been doing so little in-game laddering recently. I will do a lot more once... I mean, as of the time of recording this, Liverpool Regionals are this weekend, which I'm playing in. As of the time of release of this video... Yeah, they will have come out just after Liverpool Regionals. But... So I've not been streaming much, so I've been doing a lot of prep for that. But I will do more. I will do more streaming. This is... this is such an aggressive team. Sorry, I've still got a cough. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Right, my opponent's team is very, very offensive. To the point where it's actually more offensive than mine, which is kind of scary. This genuinely might be a Talonflame lead kind of game. The problem with that is if we match Tailwinds, I think I lose in that scenario. Well, not lose, but I still, like, if we match Tailwinds, I lose speed control. So maybe this is actually a back-end Tailwind kind of angle. I want to go Amoonguss plus something that isn't dead to Meowscarada. So, like, I could just go Amoonguss Goldango again, honestly. That leaves me really weak to... to Arcanine. Whatever go Amoonguss Glimmora. I kind of don't hate that. And then Talonflame and I think I like Hydra back end here. I forgot what Terra type's Hydra. Was it Steel? It was Steel, yeah. Okay. With Terra Steel, I think I'm in good shape here with Hydra for the back end. Yeah. I think I like this. So my kind of overarching game plan here is I want to come out the end of my opponent's Tailwind with more Tailwind turns to spare. Because if we both set Tailwind up turn 1, that isn't net positive for me at all, because my opponent's team is just naturally faster than mine. With the exception of Talonflame, but Talonflame I can't rely on that sticking around if I want to get Tailwind up. So my game plan here is actually just to use up a couple of turns of Tailwind, get as much damage down as I can early game. And they didn't lead Tailwind. Okay. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Ooh, Samus is flying at kind of like a side angle. I like that. Okay. The problem with such a hyper offensive team here is I don't really have any switch-ins. If I lead wrong into Goldengo, I just kind of die. So what I could do here is I could just go... I don't really want to use my Terra straight away though, because I might need that for Hydreigon back end. But if I don't use it, Glimmora dies. Back end, I've got Hydreigon back end. I'm not too worried about the Goldengo, I don't think. So what I might do is I might go for Protect here, Terra Grass, and Power Gem the Salamence. Okay, I Terra first, which means they almost certainly aren't Terraing the Salamence. Either that or they're very slow Salamence. Terra Goldengo here could be a bit annoying. Okay, they are going Terra Goldengo. Yeah. Okay. I guess the question is, do I live a double? Do I live like Dragon Claw plus? Okay. So we just kill Salamence here, which is great. Adios. Very nice. Okay. I am getting Make It Rain here. That still kills? Oh, okay. I didn't realize Glimmora didn't tank that. I thought it would have done. Okay, knowing that Glimmora doesn't tank that, I just shouldn't have used my Terra there. Because if I could have got Steel Hydreigon in here, I would have been in really good shape. Yeah. I probably shouldn't use my Terra there regardless, to be honest. That's maybe not my best move. Like, I want to get my Hydreigon set up, but I'm just taking way too much damage from Goldengo here. What I could do here is go Hydra and then just Spore Goldengo partner with Amoonguss, or I could just bring in Talonflame and threaten Tailwind. I think... It seems unlikely they bring Kilowatt back end. Okay, yeah, it's Meowscarada. Nice. Okay. So I think what I can do here is I can go for Pollen Puff into this guy. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be Specs on Goldengo. Does anything come in on a fire move here? Potentially Garchomp or... Yeah. Their entire back end comes in on a on a fire move here, actually. I don't hate protecting here. Because I think Goldengo wants to switch. This is Specs Goldengo, right? I think Goldengo wants to switch. Yeah. Okay. And it is Chomp. Okay, okay, okay. Good protect. Really good protect. You knock off a Moongus, but that's fine, because that means that they lose a Sash. So yeah, Meowscarada just goes down here. Point buff. Goodbye. Yep, Meowsca dies. Okay, that's great. So now we know that Goldengo is Specs. I can just launch a Flare Blitz into the Goldengo slot here, and I think Rage Powder? I think Rage Powder's my best move here. Or does it just Spore the Garchomp? Yeah, actually, maybe I just Flare Blitz and Spore the Garchomp. Yeah, I think this makes no sense. Life Orb Flare Blitz? There's no way this doesn't kill, right? Yeah, okay. That's probably why there's Life Orb in this set. Okay, super good, super good. Yeah, and then, like, they can Dragon Claw or Rock Slide or something here, but... They use Dragon Claw into a Moongus. That's a bad move. Wait, is Dragon Claw... Oh, no, sorry, my Rocky... I was going to say is Dragon Claw not a contact move, then I realized my Rocky Helmet got knocked off. Which is being stupid. Okay. So, Garchomp is guaranteed to sleep this turn, so I think I just have a pretty safe switch into Hydreigon and Tailwind. Yeah. Because that's a guaranteed sleep turn on Garchomp. As demonstrated by my opponent's trainer card. A guaranteed Garchomp sleep turn. That's a really funny league card given the end of that game. Yeah, so Garchomp can't wake up that turn because it hasn't taken a turn to sleep yet, so I switch in my Hydreigon, I set up Tailwind, and I just go Draco Meteor and switch in Moongus. Okay. No, that's two games, isn't it? Yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Super interesting team. Again, both games, we had that back-end Talonflame that ended up doing a lot of work. The early game of that second match didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but we recovered it pretty well. I think the pivotal moment there was getting the call right on not Flare Blitzing into the Garchomp slot when that came in, because taking Flare Blitz Recall and Life Orb Recall and Rough Skin damage would have been a lot of damage on Talonflame, and that would have put me in a bad spot. And like if Meowscarada had gone after Talonflame on that turn, I think we would have just lost. So yeah, did well to pull that one out after a slightly weird start and just wasting my Terra. Like if I'd had Steel Hydreigon in the back end there, that would have been game over pretty much immediately. But instead I used my Terra because I thought it would let me live. It did not. Yeah, that's going to be all for this episode. As always, if you all enjoyed, please do leave a like on the video, sub to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to use the rental code for this team, it's at the start of this video. It's also in the description. And yeah, that's going to be all for this episode. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.